In Valorant, you can have solid aim, understand the game, and still feel like something is off. There are moments where everything seems to fall apart. You stop reacting, you hesitate, or you suddenly play much worse than you did just a few rounds ago. This is not always about skill. Sometimes it is about how your brain processes the game. Autism is not a single trait. It is a different way of processing sensory input, information, and emotions. And Valorant is an environment that puts all of those systems under pressure at the same time. During a round, your brain is handling sound cues, visual movement, map awareness, communication, and decision-making all at once. For an autistic player, this can quickly lead to sensory overload. This does not feel like simple distraction. It feels like everything is happening at the same time, and your brain cannot prioritize what matters most. In practice, this can look like freezing in chaotic fights, struggling to track multiple threats, or experiencing a sudden drop in performance, even if you were playing well before. This is what overload looks like. Many autistic players understand the game very well outside of matches. They can analyze situations, learn patterns, and explain what should be done. However, in real-time gameplay, decisions may feel delayed. It is because the brain needs more time to organize incoming information. Valorant, as a fast-paced tactical shooter, often does not allow for that extra processing time. A common trait in autism is a reliance on structure and patterns. Patterns create a sense of control. They make the environment more predictable and manageable. When something breaks that pattern, such as an unexpected push or an unusual angle, it can disrupt decision-making. This is not just surprise. It can feel like a temporary system overload, where your usual way of understanding the situation no longer applies. Emotional regulation can also work differently. Frustration, confusion, and overstimulation can build up faster and more intensely. From the outside, this may look like tilt, but internally, it is often the nervous system reaching its limit. At the same time, these traits can be significant advantages. Autistic players often show strong pattern recognition, deep focus on specific elements of the game, and high consistency in structured situations. They tend to notice details that others miss and can develop very refined understanding of specific agents, roles, or mechanics. This is why performance can feel very high in some games, especially when the flow of the match is more predictable. The issue is not ability. It is the interaction between the player and the environment. Instead of trying to force yourself to play like everyone else, it is more effective to adjust the game to your brain. One important step is reducing unnecessary sensory input. Lowering less relevant sounds, keeping your visual setup simple, and avoiding additional distractions can help stabilize your attention. Another useful approach is simplifying decision-making. When you define your default reactions in advance, you reduce the need to constantly analyze new situations from scratch. This lowers cognitive load during the round. Building consistency in your own behavior also helps. Playing the same agents, using familiar positions, and maintaining similar routines creates internal stability, even when the match itself is unpredictable. It is also important to accept your natural processing speed. You do not need to be the fastest decision-maker to be effective. You can play in a way that gives you more time by choosing safer positions and relying on information before committing to actions. Finally, managing your nervous system is just as important as improving your gameplay. When you feel overwhelmed, it is a signal that your system needs a reset. Taking short breaks and avoiding extended play under stress can protect your performance over time. If Valorant sometimes feels too fast, too chaotic, or too overwhelming, it does not mean that you do not belong in the game. It means the game is not naturally designed for your way of processing. But you can design your approach. You do not have to play like everyone else. You only need to play in a way that works for you.